First off, Dan's a good guy, and he deserves to be treated well, and I know he'll be treated well in Strikeforce. So I'm happy because a friend of mine is going to be taken care of well, and he's going to be paid well. I'm also really happy because we got to stick at the Dana one more time, and it's going to up the level of competition in our weight class.
Oh.
I just think it says that it's time for change, and change is okay. The old way is changing. Business is changing. We're moving into a television model. We're moving into a primetime television model, and I think the old ways of business are changing, and I'm happy, and especially for the athlete. Dan deserves it. He's put on more wars and done more for the sport than a lot of these people have, and I think he deserves it.
Your name was automatically mentioned because you did beat him in a grappling match. I think it was '97. Is that a fight you welcome? I mean, you want those big fights. You want the big money fights, the storylines.
Yeah, Dan's somebody I've always wanted. I've always wanted to match up against Dan in a real fight. The grappling was the grappling. I had the big edge on him at the time. But he's come light years as a fighter. I'd love to match up with Dan.
He's an Olympic level wrestler, and you don't really have an ACL to.
No, I got nothing. I can't take him down. And when I tied up with Dan, still to this day, Dan Henderson was the strongest man I've ever tied up in a clinch fight, out of anybody, even 300-pound men.
Who would you like to see him fight first, Jajar Mousasi or Jake Shields?
Oh, I just want to see anybody beat up Jake Shields. I don't really care who it is. About Dan, I don't know. I think Dan wants to start at the top, and I don't know who that is. I mean, Fedor's the top of the top, so I don't know how he's going to get there. But Dan's the kind of guy that'll fight anybody.
Why won't you go and try and be the guy who beats up Jake Shields?
I don't like Jake. I got nothing for him.
Yeah, you've said before Nick, you wanted to fight Nick because you like Nick. You only want to fight people you like.
Yeah, I got nothing for whatever the guy's name is. He'll never fight me. He'll never make the kind of money, and I'll never give him a shot because I don't like him.
Harsh words from Frank Shamrock.
Yeah, but Dan Henderson, you want to punch me in the head? Come on, baby.
All right, well, fair enough. And does that have anything to do with your ground game? Your jiu-jitsu, and that seems to be the big thing that Jake tells people is that you don't want to fight him because he's a jiu-jitsu fighter. Look what Nick did to Frank.
I don't want to fight Jake Shields because he has no personality. He's a boring fighter. And when he got on the CBS and it was a chance to be a star, he leg humped the other guy he fought all night long, Jason, and killed our ratings. And that's why I don't want to fight Jake Shields.